to welcome Tony Korn to this series of In Conversation. And I've got a little bit of background knowledge, and I'm hoping that Tony will fill in all the gaps. So here goes. So I know that your dad was from Poland. Is that right?
Correct.
He got the last boat out of Paris, I think. Is that right?
He managed to get from Paris down to the south coast of France, and there he got on the last boat that was taking the Polish army.
You heard everyone what, darling?
The
best one is to start, yeah.
Can you mute everyone, please?
Well, everyone apart from Tony and myself should be muted. Okay.
Yeah, so you got it nearly right.
And I've got it here that your mum, so dad was a tailor and mum was a milliner. So you must be a very good seams man. I don't know, seams master. Are you good at sewing?
I am completely useless at sewing.
Oh, really? Well, they weren't useless, were they? And I hear that you've got I know you've got a brother who's 5 years older than you. Is that right?
Correct. And he looks very similar to me.
Oh, does he? How nice. How lovely. And then I've got your career is extremely impressive. So I know you went to Kilburn where is it now? Kilburn Grammar School. So what were your school years like?
Oh, great fun. Sorry, am I not supposed to say that?
Yeah, why not? You can say what you want. It's your time.
No. Yeah, no, I had a very good time at Kilburn Grammar. Not such a good time at Haberdashers, which I went to for third year sec. And then I went to University of Birmingham and I met some funny lady there called my wife.
What did you read at Birmingham?
I read mathematics.
Okay. So what had you got in mind that you wanted to do in your career life?
Well, when I went for mathematics, I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do mathematics because I enjoyed mathematics and I was good at it.
Good. And what did you do directly afterwards then?
I decided that I wanted to do a master's in business administration.
Right.
Yeah. And I managed to get the one and only scholarship from the University of California that was offered to people from the University of Birmingham. And the other half of that deal was, I think it was 11 or 12 people from the University of California came to the University of Birmingham for free.
Oh, lovely. So how did you enjoy California?
Oh, that was beautiful. Now you're talking. I mean, what can you say? Sun, sea, wonderful people, People's Park. And I won't go into free love. That wouldn't be appropriate. I was married at the time.
Did your wife come with you to California?
Yes, she did indeed. She taught at the local school. And we had a wonderful time there. And then I worked for a bit afterwards at the University of California, San Francisco Hospital.
Oh, lovely.
As a management consultant. And then we decided that we really should come home and be with our parents. So we did.
How long were you in California for?
2 years.
And could you get a green card too? Was that easy to work there?
I was a J1, I think they call it.
What does a J1 mean?
You know, I don't even remember. I think it's a student visa.
Okay, right.
What a green card. You were offered it. He was offered a green card.
Apparently I was offered a green card.
Okay. So what did you do when you came home? What was your, what were you, I know you did a lot of project management. So is that what you went into, management consultant?
That's right. I became a management consultant over here. I joined a firm called Deloitte Haskins and Sells, as they were called then. They're now part of Price Waterhouse. And I was with them for 3 years.
What part of management consultancy did you particularly enjoy?
Well, even then, I was into the planning side of things. And I used the mathematics and the statistics that I'd learned, and various different roles. I remember I was seconded to what was then called the Price Commission, and we did an investigation into small electrical household appliances, and we did another one into garages and how much they were charging for petrol. And I made a complete mess of that, but I won't go into great details on that. Yeah, so various different things.
Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy your working life?
Oh, I loved working as a management consultant, and I loved Deloitte Huskins themselves. They were a very, very nice firm.
And are they the consultants and they sent you to different clients? Or?
That's it, that's right, yeah.
Yes. And how many years were you with them then?
Well, then I was with them for 3 years. When you carry on my career a bit further, you'll gather that I went back to them, but go on, you go ahead.
And what did you do in the middle then?
I went to Harvard Business School.
Oh, marvelous.
Well, I'd always had a desire to go to Harvard, and this fellow came over from Harvard, and even though I told him categorically that I did not want to have a career in academia, I wanted to come back into management consultancy, and he convinced me that there'll be no problem with doing that, and it was a complete pack of lies.
Complete pack of lies?
Yes. Everything.
I've lost you. I've lost seeing you now. Oh, a minute. Sorry.
Oh, I can see me.
Neng, help.
Yeah, no, I can see you. You're back. Right, what happened? So you both went to Harvard?
Yeah, I mean, when I got there, I discovered that every single person on what was called the DBA, Doctorate of Business Administration program, every single person except me wanted to get into academia.
I see. So what was your time like at Harvard?
A bit stressed.
Oh, really?
You did the first 2 years.
Why?
I did the first year and a half, and I did okay, and I got all the requirements and what have you, but I was niggled all the time.
Why? Because you felt it was the wrong course for you?
Yes.
So did you complete at Harvard?
No.
Okay. So what happened next then?
I joined a management consultancy out there called Braxton Associates, and I worked for them for about 6 months. And then we decided to come back to England again for the same sort of reasons. And then I joined Singer Sewing Machine as a strategy planner, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I've got all this on a slide.
Yes, I've got it in front of me. And what was that? So you were an in-house management consultant for Singer?
Correct. That's a way of putting it.
Right. And how long were you?
That was Singer UK. Because Singer, of course, is an American company, but this was the UK operation.
Why did you not stay with them? Why did you leave?
That's a good question. I'm trying to remember now. Why did I leave Singer? Oh, yes. No, it was the other way around. It was I saw this opportunity at this company called Nolan Norton and Company, and it looked extremely attractive. And I met with them, and they liked me and I liked them. So I moved to them, and it was a very, very good move. How much do you want to know about them?
As much as you can tell us.
Well, both Dick Nolan and Dave Norton were professors at Harvard Business School, and they developed this methodology for assessing the situation of computing, known as IT, in an organization, and then coming up with what it should be. And it was very, very effective and very, very powerful. And I thoroughly enjoyed my time there.
How long were you with them for?
Well, that was another 2 years. I tend to have 2-year stints in my career.
Right.
They didn't do too well as a company near the end of my time with them, not us in the UK, but them in the US. And as a result of that, they decided that they should reduce our salaries, including in the UK. And I didn't take kindly to that. So I looked elsewhere. And I can't remember where I went to after Nolan Norton. Was it?
I've got Braxton Associates.
No, that was before
CSC.
that. Braxton was in the US.
Okay.
Then I came back.
CSC.
Oh, did I go to?
Oh, that's what you've written. You've written you've written CSC UK.
You went back to Coopers and Lybrand.
Yeah, I thought I went back to Coopers and Lybrand. Who was that who said that?
But it doesn't matter. You went to see.
Hey, your son.
Oh, well done, Michael. I think you're right. I think I went back to Coopers and well, it wasn't Coopers and Lybrand then. It was Deloitte Haskins and Sells. Yes, I'm sure I went back to Deloitte Haskins and Sells for a long time then, best part of 10 years. And then I went to CSC, Computer Sciences Corporation. That was the one time in my life where I have been, what is the word called? Asked to leave.
Oh, you asked.
Really? You were sacked?
Well, yeah, is that the word? Made redundant, that's the word.
Oh, really?
Well, that was when Coopers and Lybrand came in and took over, and they flexed their muscles. And one of the muscles they flexed was pointed at me. So I left and I joined CSC, which is a good move as well in itself. So that was my next move, was CSC, and then from CSC I went after, I think that was a bit longer, wasn't it? That was 3 years. And then I went to Cornwall Management Consultants, who, Mr. Cornwall, Keith Cornwall, I had moved into his seat at Deloitte Haskins and Sells, and he'd always had an eye out for me. And when I approached him, he grabbed me with both arms. So I was there for a goodly length of time. All of this time, I was doing a similar sort of work of management consultancy, of working with organizations, of helping them try and decide how they wanted to be and how to get from where they were to where they wanted to be, etc. I can see I've got David Glassman on this show. So David, you can come in and back me up on what management consultancy is all about.
You worked abroad.
Well, shall we wait a little bit more before we let more people in? And then I've got, for 2 years, you were CEO of www.writeerp.org.uk.
Yes, indeed. That was an attempt at entrepreneurship, which was led by Anne's cousin in Israel, who'd been very successful at that. And we tried to mimic the same thing over here, and that wasn't one of the greatest successes. One of the things in particular that I did at Deloitte Haskins and Sells and CSC, I sort of became known as the person who went overseas and did the overseas assignments. So I remember I worked in Denmark, I worked in Kenya, I worked in Nepal, I worked in all sorts of weird and wonderful places, and of course took in some sightseeing time on top of that. I worked in America a bit.
Mexico.
Oh, Mexico as well. Yeah, so all sorts of places.
What was happening to the family at this time?
Oh, well, am I allowed to show a picture?
Oh, yes, please.
Neng, can you get it up? How do I do? Oh, I share screen, don't I? Hold on, share screen.
Exactly, Tony.
Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
That's the end picture though.
All right, let's go back a
No,
bit.
keep that, keep that.
That's absolutely everybody.
No, keep it at that.
Yeah, I can show this one.
Because you're wasting
Well,
time.
that one you want to see
No.
first.
Okay.
So,
It's fine.
right, now, first of all, I want, oh no, you can't shout, but you'll all recognize Anne, I think looks pretty much as she does now,
Mm.
except somewhat the color of the hair and a different hairstyle, but basically pretty similar.
You look a bit like Bamber Gascoigne. You sure you weren't on University Challenge or?
Well, no, it's Rolf Harris.
Oh, Rolf Harris. Well, I think you're safer to be Bamber Gascoigne. I don't think you want to look. I don't think you want to follow in Rolf Harris's. But
No.
you look hairy and slim and handsome.
So let me show you this one, because we've done this already.
Let's see the one of you as a bald baby.
Yes,
You want to see that one?
there we are.
There you are. Exactly the same as you are today.
You reckon?
Yeah, you got more hair now, that's all.
Yeah,
There you go.
Hmm.
I think I was about, how old? 7, 5?
Oh, no, Tony, about 4,
4. All right.
I would say. Yeah.
So that's that.
Have you got any of your older brother?
I haven't actually. I don't know why, but I haven't got any here. None came out with him on it. Here you are. Everybody will enjoy this one. You're ready?
It's a funny one.
The older brother is here. I don't know if you can see him.
Hello, older brother.
Yes.
I've been here the whole time.
I know,
There's
yeah.
something wrong with my machine, but there we are.
You shouldn't. We shouldn't be able to hear you. You should be muted, Martin.
I was muted, but I decided to say hello.
Is Martin your brother?
Indeed.
Yes,
Oh, right. Hello, Martin.
hello there. Thank you for having me here and listening to my brother's words of wisdom.
The bar mitzvah one.
Which one?
Bar mitzvah one.
Haven't you seen the bar mitzvah one?
Put that one on.
Oh, right, gosh. Here we are. You've got the proof, have you?
Yeah.
Where's the one with you on the bowler hat?
No, I haven't got that one.
No,
We haven't got that one. The story quickly with that one was Anne and I got married in the Sephardi synagogue. Anne is Sephardi origin in Manchester. Her parents have been brought up in the Reform synagogue, and my parents were in the United synagogue, so that was a happy medium. The only condition that the rabbi up there, Rabbi Gugin, who you know well, John and Miriam, put on the wedding was that we all had to wear top hats, to which my reaction was, you can stuff that one. There was no way I was going to be walking down the aisle with a top hat stuck on my head. So eventually we came to a compromise, which was that all men would wear a bowler hat.
Oh, right.
You remember that, Martin?
He's gone quiet.
Did?
He's
Yes.
muted himself.
I certainly do. I had to wear a top hat for my wedding.
Did you? No, well, there you go. Right, here's the one.
So did you.
This is the one I wanted to show you. This is our family. Right. So the big one at the back is Simon, who went to Israel about 18 years ago and has lived there ever since. He's got 3 little girls, an Israeli wife.
Is Simon joining us from Israel?
Well, it doesn't look like it. He hasn't come in. I'll go and phone him.
Unless he's hiding somewhere.
Yeah, no, it should be here.
Is Sarah on the
Yes,
call?
Sarah's here, Sarah's here.
Don't worry, Mum, I'll call him.
Oh, all right then, you call him.
All right, you call him, Michael. Thank you. Sarah is also a doctor. She's a hematologist.
We're here. Hi.
Who's that?
Simon.
Who is it?
Raphael and Sarah. Get unmuted, Raphael.
Oh, just carry on. Just carry on.
No, I know, but it's better if you go on to mute because otherwise it's hard for everybody else to hear. So Sarah is a hematologist. She's married to Lonnie Barsam, so she does actually go by the name of Dr. Barsam.
So Sarah's your daughter?
Yes.
And is she practicing in England?
Yes.
Mm.
They live, both she and Michael live pretty close to us, 10 minutes away. And she's got 4 boys, aged between 8 and 16. And then there's Michael, who was an engineer, who was the naughty one, who then went on to the Royal College of Art and became a product designer, and then he became an entrepreneur, and he's been an entrepreneur all of his working life. And he's got boy, girl, boy. So altogether we have 10 grandchildren, 6 boys and 4 girls.
Lovely.
And that's me and Anne in the front. Right, what other pretty pictures have I got to show you? Oh, here you are, you can see everybody. Did we do all of this? Let me just
Yeah, no, you've told them all about it.
I think I did all
You
of
did,
this.
you've done all of that. Go to the next one.
Yeah, we did all of that.
Go to that one after that. You've done that.
We've done that one.
This one. You've done Simon. Yeah, that's the graduation.
That's Simon's graduation.
How lovely.
Okay.
That must have been when he was born in 76.
98. It was 98.
Yeah, 98. Yeah, he was 22 because he did a medical degree. That was.
You look very much like your dad, although he looked shorter than you.
Yes, he was shorter.
Well, he got shorter in old age.
Oh, I see.
All 3 of our children went to Churchill College in Cambridge.
Oh,
So
how wonderful.
that was a special treat for Churchill College, and I think for them as well. So so that was that. Then we have 2 amusing ones to end up with. How are we doing on time, Eleanor?
I can't, well, we're just coming up to 6:25, so we've got.
So you got plenty of time for questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So
Right, so you're going to talk us through who, well, we've lost the interesting picture.
Hold on, here it comes. There it is.
Right, so
that was the whole lot where Efrat and Simon came over with their children at Pesach, and that's all 18, including 19, because over on the right at the back is Anne's brother David. So he was here as well. I'm not going to go through all the names because I think that will bore you silly, but I can show you the next one. There you are. That was, it was our 50th wedding anniversary in August, and we took all 3 of the families to Greece, to Thessaloniki, and we all had these wonderful T-shirts, which had that picture of Anne and me getting married.
Simon's waiting for the host. Simon wants to come in. Can you tell?
Eleanor, can you let Simon in?
well, you have to ask Neng.
Oh, Neng, can you let Simon in?
Neng? Where's Neng now?
Yeah, I've heard that. They've been let in.
Oh, well done.
Oh,
thank you,
you.
Neng. So that's all 10 of the grandchildren. On the back of those T-shirts, it said married for 50 years.
Very nice. Lovely.
So the 4 on the right are Sarah's 4 boys. And then the other 2 families are sort of interleaved. You'll gather that the 2 on the left are the 2 youngest ones.
Oh, they look great fun, the ones at the end of the row. They're obviously taking it terribly seriously.
Well, they are both 3rd children, and therefore, by definition, are as stubborn as heck.
Oh, they're sweet.
They're very sweet, but they're both very stubborn.
And the little boy looks a scream with his long shorts and his
very much
sticking out his tongue. So
yeah.
So did Anne work while you were raising a family, or what did Anne do?
Anne has been a long-term teacher.
Right.
She graduated with a PGCE, postgraduate certificate in education.
I did a history.
Oh, she was a history major at Birmingham, which is where we met. And then when I went off to America, she did a PGCE at
University of London.
University of London.
Mm.
And then when we went out to America, that was her first job as teaching. And she taught in the Berkeley Hills, which she thoroughly enjoyed. And then she came back to Britain and she's taught at various places, but her longest stint was what, the best part of 30 years?
No, it wasn't. It was, my longest stint was at Sinai School. It was 18 years, but I taught in secondary school for many years, history, just plain history.
Okay.
And then when the children were young, I taught in primary school. There was less marking to do. History is very, very time consuming with A levels and S levels and university entrances. So I loved it, actually. I loved it. I loved the change.
Lovely. So what have you done since you retired, Tony? What's happened?
I wrote that to you in an email, didn't I?
I think you did.
I mean,
Well, I'm asking you.
yeah, no, a major thing that I did was to
I've
write.
got your hobbies of the gym, walking, learning Ivrit. Yes? And
Yeah.
that you learnt Ivrit between school and university.
That's right. I was on that Kibbutz Ulpan in Kibbutz Shulchot. And then when I came back, I wanted to carry on with Ivrit. And I thought the idea of leading a group would be a good way of getting me to being more involved in that. So in fact, I did that. We used to live in Pinner before we moved to Hampstead Garden Suburb and now to Finchley. And I did it there for a goodly number of years. And then when I moved to Hampstead Garden Suburb, I did it in Kinloss Synagogue. And then when Hampstead Garden Suburb U3A started up, I started another group at there. So I've been doing that for many, many years. And that was pretty, well, the way I did it, it was pretty time consuming. I mean, I'm sure other people can do it other ways and make it far less time consuming. But I thoroughly enjoyed it and I learned a lot from it. So that was a major activity. Then I went to other U3A groups. I've been with current events. Is Malcolm still here? Yes. Do I see Malcolm? No, Malcolm's lost his picture.
Malcolm is still with us. Yeah.
I go to Malcolm's group. There he is. There he is. He's come on again. To Malcolm's group and to Marion's group. So I go to both of those. And I go to Bridge. Irene's not on this one, no. And I used to go on the walking group. So I used to do lots of things with HGS U3A. And then there's the 10 grandchildren that I spend a fair amount of time with. And the day seems to disappear. In fact, you often wonder, how did you used to manage to have time to do all of these things and go to work?
Well, you probably didn't do as many hobbies when you were working.
Well, one hopes so.
Are you involved with Kinloss? Are you involved with the?
Well, only in that. I was involved, as I say, leading what we call the Chug, the discussion group. No, I don't do. And I was always on the security side of things, but no, I don't.
You were in Pinner.
What?
You were in Pinner.
Oh, in Pinner, I was the warden. I was the gabbai for 2 years.
In the youth service.
And I used to run the youth service there as well.
So you've always had a very active life.
Oh, yes.
Great. Is there anything left that you want to do that you haven't done so far?
I've got to be careful because my wife is sitting next to me.
Right.
Stay healthy.
That's right. No, she's quite right. She says, stay healthy.
Yeah.
Well, that's a given, isn't it? Any other, travel or hobbies or anything that you'd like to still do?
Well, there is the topic of Aliyah, but we don't talk about that.
Right. Why are you considering it?
Well, one of us is.
Okay. I won't ask which one. Don't want to see a,
I don't think it would take too much intelligence to figure out which one.
Right. Shall we let some people in to ask some questions?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I want David Glassman. Where is David Glassman? I can't see you.
There's David there.
Oh, there you are, David. Right, David, explain to them what managing change means.
What? I missed the word before change.
Managing change, making change happen.
Charming people so that they do what you would like them to do. Does that cover it?
Well, thank you, David. I was hoping that you might do something a little bit more esoteric, but that to me is pretty much the way I would put it as well. Thank you.
We've got a letter here. We've got a chat from Michael H, who I don't know who that is. He says, I would like you to tell us a little more about the strange thing you mentioned called IT. What was happening in the States at that time in this regard? I assume it was in the 80s.
Well,
I mean, 70s, in the 70s. That's a very interesting
in the
question.
70s, it was called data processing, DP. And then I guess in the 80s, they changed the word to be IT, which stands for information technology. And I think that still stands, doesn't it? Don't they still use IT, Michael? What do you reckon? Is it still?
It does. It does.
So,
are you the Michael who posted the chat?
I am.
You are. Right. So is there anything else you'd like to ask Tony about, Michael?
Yes, he mentioned Kenya. Can you tell us something about your time there?
Yes. I helped them develop the IT strategy for the country of Kenya. And I got into quite a bit of trouble there. Kenya is not one of the world's most delightful countries. I mean, one of the first things I got told was not to go walking anywhere with my computer, and indeed to take off my ring when I went. I mean, it was quite amazing. I remember I was there at Purim, at that Jewish festival.
I didn't know it. I didn't know. I was just in the bedroom messing. I didn't know.
And I was walking down to the synagogue, and some fellow came up to me with a thing that contains petrol, and told me this story about how he completely run out of petrol, and he really needed some money to get some petrol so that he could get home in his car. And this went on for quite a while, and I was walking at quite a pace, and he kept up with me, and he didn't look like the sort of person with whom one would have an argument. And in the end, I must admit, I did give him some money.
But you can experience this in any African country, and Kenya is possibly less bad than others. Did you go into the shul there in Nairobi?
Yes, I did.
Did you like it? I mean, it's a nice shul.
Yes, it was very nice. And the people there were very nice to me, but a lot of the other people around there weren't nearly so nice to me. I can't see you. Where are you?
Here.
I'm right at the end.
Yeah.
Oh.
On the edge with green round.
The good-looking one.
The good-looking one with the glasses.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
The one below me on the screen.
That's it. Yes. No, so I used to live in Kenya, so that's why I'm asking. So
That's interesting.
So who did you work for there? The government?
Yes.
Right.
Where did I go? They took me. Oh yes, I went to the Masai Mara.
Yes,
What's it called?
Masai Mara.
Yeah, that was at the end of it. That was quite an experience to wake up.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, to wake up with some elephants and some I don't know what outside.
Will you tell the rest of us what you're talking about?
Sorry, the Masai Mara is a very famous safari park in Kenya, It's a huge, huge thing. What are the names of the? Oh yeah, Maasai is the tribe.
Tribe, yeah.
They are.
It's a game park that adjoins the Serengeti.
That's it. That's
the Masai Mara is in Kenya and the Serengeti is in Tanzania, and they join together. And then you get the big migration of animals across the two every year.
I always remember they put on a show, I guess basically for me, and the Maasai were doing this dance. I'm sure you've seen it, Michael. They are absolutely amazing. They stand completely still, and from that position, they jump. How high? I mean, it must be 1 meter high at least. And then they do it again, and they do it again with their spears and what have you. And it's quite amazing.
It's probably because they drink animal blood as part of their diet. So
thank you very much. I didn't really need to know that.
How long were
Yeah,
you how long were you out there for, Tony?
I think it was about 3 months.
Mm.
I mean, quite a lot of my assignments were about 3 months. One of the best ones was that was another one I did, was the IT strategy for the country of Nepal.
Oh, right.
Which was very interesting because they had very strong 2 different schools of view. One school thought that spending money on IT or DP or whatever it was called was a complete and utter waste of time, and they should put the money into development and building up the skills and the rest of it, and teaching the kids and what have you, and putting in water systems for people, you know, to be able to live better. And the other school said, you know, don't be so silly. If we can use IT effectively, we can get much more money for being able to do all that. And I was there as sort of King Solomon to decide, you know, which one was the right and sensible thing for them to do. And of course, I came down with school too.
Mm. Have you ever gone back and visited these places since you were there?
Interesting. I think the answer, to be honest, is no. I spent a long time in Denmark when CSC were buying a company there called Data Centralen, which was again a government company. It was basically the government computing center. So all the government departments used Data Centralen for doing their computing. And the question was, what should CSC do with Data Centralen? And that was a pretty big question. And in fact, it was interesting because what we did there was we applied the Nolan Norton methodology to Data Centralen, and it was very effective. Quickly, I've got the moments, I'll explain it, and David Glassman will back me up on this. The basic approach it wasn't Nolan Norton's approach, they borrowed it from somebody else. When you want to make change happen, the first thing you do is unfreeze, then you change, and then you refreeze. Okay, so that was what we did with Data Centralen. We put up a very large mirror, if you will, a hypothetical mirror, and got them to see what they were, where they were good and where they weren't so good, and all of the rest of it, in all elements to do with computing. And then we got them to agree what they should do to change. And then we got them to get on with it and do it. And as I understand it, Data Centralen, I don't think it exists as a separate entity anymore, but CSC were very happy with them at the end of the day.
Very good.
Okay. Well, I wanted to return, that's all.
Right, we've got another question, Tony.
Said that I have to make my own way home.
What year was I where?
Where's Tony gone?
No, Tony's still here.
Okay, we've got a question from Lynn Bass. What year were you in Denmark?
Oh, of course, because Lynn Bass was in Denmark
But you weren't at the same
for
time.
many years. No, it wasn't at the same time as you, Lynn.
No, I just wondered. Did you not? You and Ron not meet in town in Copenhagen at one point? I can't remember. We had. I know we had some visitors. It wasn't you. It was some. Okay. So what year were you there?
I
Oh,
think
gosh.
it must have been late 80s, early 90s.
Ah, we were there. So yeah. We were there. David was one. So 83 to 85, we were there.
Yeah, and I think Tony was like 88.
Oh, missed you. Never mind.
I remember Berlin, yes, yeah.
But you remember the Little Mermaid?
Oh, of course, very insignificant little statue, very disappointing, but it was there. And then years later, when I went back, when I was on a holiday there many years later, it was out on loan, so they had a video screen of it instead on the same block. It was hilarious, absolutely hilarious. I think it was in China or somewhere, and they put this video screen of the Little Mermaid there in its place. It was absolutely stupid.
Tony, how did you manage with the language when you went to places like Denmark? I mean,
well, this is very embarrassing. I mean, didn't you know that the world speaks English?
Oh, I see. Right. So everyone spoke English?
By definition.
Hmm. Did you ever come up against problems with the language?
No, I mean, I suppose, you know, they spoke to each other quietly in their own language, and I sat there smart, you know, twiddling my thumbs or what have you. I can see Sydney has his hand up.
Right, well, over to you, Sydney.
I just want, I haven't got a question to ask. I just want to say what a pleasure it has been during the past 5 years to have Tony as the facilitator or leader of our hug. It was absolutely amazing.
And I want everybody to know I did not pay Sydney a penny for saying that.
Well done. We've got some more in the chat. So Malcolm Graham, Sydney wants to ask a question. We've been there. Neil
I know you've done that.
Kenya and Nepal are both tea-producing countries. Which brew is best?
As you can imagine, Tony, that question is from me.
From you.
Oh, from Neil. Hello, Neil. Neil is another of our stalwart Hug members. But he's also, as they say in Hebrew, a mumcha, an expert in tea, correct, Neil?
That is correct.
Well, I'm afraid that I am not a tea expert or even a tea lover. So I'm afraid you've asked that question to the wrong person.
Oh dear, I'm terribly disappointed.
Yeah.
Maybe
but it doesn't deflect from what Sydney said. Thank you very much for all your work over the last 5 years.
Oh, what's going on here? I've got a
Fan club.
A fan club. Come on, Margaret, your turn.
So are you still, do you read books in Ivrit or newspapers? Do you do that?
Yes, yes. For both of those, as we call them, chugim groups, we get a Israeli newspaper, which is in a little bit easier Ivrit. It's not quite up to the level of Ma'ariv or Haaretz or what have you. And it's called Yanshuf, which means an owl. And we read that for both of those groups each week. And I thoroughly enjoy that. It's a very clever newspaper. I don't know how they do it. They get articles from other newspapers all around the world, which are particularly interesting, and they do very well on selecting out which articles are interesting, and they translate them into Hebrew, and they put them into this magazine. No, it's not a magazine, it's a newspaper. It reads like a newspaper, and it's very, very good, and I recommend it to anyone. As I say to everybody, I would read Yanshuf even if it was in English.
We've got another sort of quarter of an hour left. Does anyone else want to come in and add anything to what Tony's been saying?
I think Malcolm's waving his hand.
Well, I just want to say that I once went to, you mentioned Denmark, I once went to a conference in Denmark, and the chairman stood up and said, I wish to announce that the official language of this conference is broken English.
Very good.
Very good. Very good.
Very good.
Yeah.
Right, anybody else, any of your family or children want to say anything?
Who is that?
Sarah, that's Sarah
Oh,
there.
hello, Sarah. Is that
Yes,
Sarah?
it's Sarah, yeah.
Hello, Sarah.
And Michael over there.
I'll ask a question. You haven't mentioned your jogging. And as a child, that's one of my most vivid memories of you, is you were always jogging or preparing for jogging or very sweaty having come back from a jog.
Yeah, you're quite right. I did. How many did I do?
Oh,
Half marathons?
Oh, at least 15.
Yeah, it must have been at least,
At least
15.
15.
Local Harrow and
Yeah, you did.
different half marathons. I used to love it. I used to love it. It used to do me the world of good. And I'd come back and I'd be completely out and completely relaxed and all the rest of
Yeah.
it. But like most things in life, as one gets older, one gets less able at doing these things. I hope, Michael, you'll be able to do your running again in the non-distant future after your problems with your back. Sarah still runs like crazy together with Lonnie, but more to the point nowadays, she's being beaten by her young son, Raphael, who shows her up.
We've got another question in the chat from Caroline Mark, sorry. Very interesting. Glad I joined, but got to go now. So not much of a question.
Oh.
Very nice from Carolyn. So you don't seem to have many unfulfilled sort of wishes. You seem to...
What, you mean my bucket list?
Your bucket list, yes. Where do you go on holiday? Have you got, well, I know you obviously like Greece because you went there for your 50th.
Yeah, no, we have a flat in Israel,
Mm.
and we tend to go there for obvious reasons.
Yes.
And we're now getting into a habit of going 7 weeks at a time, twice a year.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it is absolutely lovely.
And we don't go anywhere else. Greece was a once-off because you can get there easily from Israel. So the whole family could meet together.
Lovely.
We don't actually go to hotels. We're just not into that. We just go to our flat in Israel, and yeah, that suits us fine.
Just going back to your parents, how well settled were they? Was your mother English born? I know your father was Polish.
Yeah, my mother was English born, but her parents were both Russian, came over post-pogrom, etc. And my mother was brought up speaking Yiddish. And my father obviously spoke Yiddish, so their lingua franca between the two of them was Yiddish.
And do you and your brother speak Yiddish?
Well, you know, the standard Sydney will know all about it. It's called Yinglish.
Yinglish, right.
Sydney?
Right, correct.
So we both understand a fair bit, but I can't say that we're fluent at all. Sarah, are you jogging or walking, or what are you doing?
Yeah, she's doing something. She's outside. She's probably picking one
I
up.
can
from
see
tennis.
you're outside doing something.
She's picking Joseph up from tennis. Yeah, yeah.
I'm picking Joseph up from tennis.
See, I
Yeah.
told you
Wait.
that. I know
I'm
it.
picking Joseph up from tennis.
Okay.
It's like, how many guesses?
You've even got the yellow shirt.
You can talk a bit more about your childhood.
More about my childhood.
Yes.
What do you want to know?
Well, you had a
about
grandma there who didn't speak any English. I mean, it's...
What happened to your extended family during the war? Did you know your grandparents or
Well,
anyone?
I mean, the whole of my father's family, except for one brother, were killed by the Germans, by the Nazis during the war. That was
It was the beginning of the war.
Yeah, the beginning of the war. That was 6 brothers. No, six of them, and the parents.
And uncles and aunts.
Oh, and all the uncles and
And the
aunts.
whole
all the
village.
rest of them. And of course, what one forgets is, or everyone doesn't know, is in general, when the Nazis wanted the Jews to be killed in Poland, it was actually the Ukrainians who did the killing for them.
Yes, I think that's, I've also got Polish, come from Polish family, and I know that very well. So have you ever gone back to Poland or done anything like that?
I went with my son with a Kinloss group just a few years ago. And in fact, we went fairly close to where my father was born and brought up, but that is now part of Ukraine. And after thinking about it, we decided maybe it was best not to travel over the border ourselves and go and visit there. So we didn't, but we did go to, I can't remember what it was called. Michael, can you remember? It wasn't a concentration camp. It was purely and simply an extermination camp.
In the middle of a town.
Yeah, just on the outside of a town. And the trains would come in and the people would come out. They had bands ready for them.
Belzec, was it Belzec?
Maybe it was Belzec, anyway. And within minutes, they'd all be dead. And they'd put up, the whole place was buried after the war, at the end of the war, by the Poles, in the hope of nobody ever noticing it and finding out what had been going on there. And then when they did find out what it was, and they resurrected it somewhat so that people could visit, etc., they put up stones, one stone for each one of the neighboring villages where the people had come and had just simply been exterminated. And there was a stone there for my father's village, Thumble, and that was very moving.
What about your mother's family?
My mother had a brother here, so it was her father died when she and he were really quite young. So I never knew my grandfather on that side. And my grandmother, it was one of the conditions that my mother put on my father when they got married, was that she would marry him under the condition that her mother lived with them forever.
Oh gosh. Right.
She did. She did. She lived. She basically, I don't know if Martin's still on this call, but basically it was our grandmother who raised Martin and me. And my mother used to go to my father's shop in town and help him. And it was my grandmother who raised us. And that's where we learned our Yiddish, because she only spoke Yiddish. She didn't speak any English.
So you had three parents, did you?
That's right. That's a good way of putting it.
But no other family.
Yes, but Bubba stayed in the kitchen. She was very quiet.
I remember, Martin, when she got annoyed with us and used to get the broom and go after us. You remember?
Oh, yes.
Did your children know your grandmother? Your grandmother?
No. She died in 1968. And then they
just before we got married.
Yeah.
And my grandmother, in addition to my mother, she had another brother. My mother had another brother who was married subsequently to Auntie Shirley. Where is Auntie Shirley?
She's there somewhere. She was listening.
Yeah, I think she's there somewhere. Oh, there she is,
Yeah.
over on my left-hand side. She was married to Uncle Harold, and they've got two lovely children, Elaine and Mark, and they've got, how many grandchildren have you got from them? And how many great-grandchildren?
Lots.
You mustn't count.
She's not. Yeah.
Lots of them. You're a matriarch, Shirley.
Yeah. So
Shirley is someone very special to our family.
We're going to embarrass her in a minute. Shirley,
she's muted. We can't hear what she's saying.
I think she's doing that on purpose.
I must say it feels more like I've interviewed a group of people here tonight rather than just one. Certainly Anne's been on board, which has been lovely.
Well, I've
And
been
there've been-
normally I talk all the time, non-stop talking.
Oh, I see. So you've been rather restrained tonight, have you?
Very restrained, yes.
Oh, I
just
see.
want occasionally to say more.
Me too.
But it's been really lovely to, is there anything else in the last few minutes? Yeah, I've lost you. The screen's gone blank now. I don't know. From Carol Isaacs, Wolf of Baghdad, count me in for Tony's fan club.
Oh, sweet. And that's for your fan club, Carol. Carol is Anne's first cousin.
And Carol's just written this wonderful graphic novel on the history of our family escaping from Baghdad and how it feels for our generation. She's written it from the point of view of us, never being able to go back to where our forebears were for 2,000 years. We'll never be able to go back. And it's that yearning to see where our parentage came from. And it's what the Ashkenazi Jews since the wall came down have been able to go to the Eastern European places and retrace their steps. And we never can. We can only muse about it. And her book gets that emotion across. It's all in cartoons.
Oh, in cartoons?
Yes, well, it's not cartoons, you call it graphic. It's a graphic novel and it's called Wolf of Baghdad. And she absolutely superbly puts the way I feel. And I think all of my cousins, that it's something which is in our hearts and we'll never be able to go. And
you have a large extended family in England?
I'm very lucky because what happened, the Sephardi Jews didn't go through that hell. Well, I mean, they did if they lived in Europe, but the ones who came from the Middle East didn't. There was a Farhud and there was hangings, and they went up with 3 weeks' notice. 250,000 Jews left in 1950 on very short notice with nothing. And my father came with nothing except his medical qualification. But it was a different experience. So Sephardi Jews have tended to be very quiet after the war, because we know that our Ashkenazi brothers and sisters went through so much worse. So I've got a huge family, a huge amount of, because they are all alive. They came stateless to different countries, but they came with their lives.
Oh, marvelous.
That.
Yeah, so that's wonderful. Well, thank you both. I have to say both. I should have, when I approached Tony, said, would Anne come along? But you've come along, so I
find it difficult not to. It's terrible, isn't it? I talked to you.
But thank you both very, very much indeed. And it's very impressive. You've had nearly 30 people with you all the time. So that's a great testimony to your popularity and the fondness which people hold you in. And thank you very, very much indeed for being part of this and talking and telling us about your life and times.
And thank you very much
on
my behalf to HGSU 3A for giving us the opportunity to do
I'm invisible for some reason, but I enjoyed it very much as well.
Gosh, I don't know who's produced the flowers, but that.
Oh yes, that was my front garden last spring.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're bang on 7 o'clock.
I must say, I've learned.
Thank you very, very much, Tony and Anne and everybody. And I know you've got a recording. Neng will have recorded this, and also maybe one of your family have. So you've got a memento of the conversation.